Why would I take a cruise if I'm scared of the ocean? I wouldn't possibly enjoy it, right? What could there be to do for a person who doesn't like to look at the open sea on a cruise ship? Hey guys, I'm Stephanie with Unconditional Adventures, and on this episode of Unpacked, we're going to look at exactly those things. I get told or asked that all the time with travel clients that are afraid of the ocean or don't like the open water and think I couldn't possibly enjoy a cruise, so why would I go? So let's talk about that and what that means and what there is to do on a cruise ship and how much do you really realize that you're on the ocean while you're sailing. So let's take a look. First and foremost, there are so many places on board a cruise ship where you would never know that you were even on the water. I just got back from a 7-day cruise, which was my longest cruise yet, on Adventure of the Seas with Royal Caribbean. Got the sweet shirt. But it's like fresh on my mind. And so that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this today, because the cruise ships are built with so many open spaces on both on the outer sides of the ship to where you are looking out over the water, but also so many open spaces inside that are interior. And you would think that you were just in a neighborhood or in a shopping district or something like that without really even knowing that you're floating on the water. So check those kind of things out, and I'll show you some pictures here and some video. But again, like when you're walking through, especially like the main like promenade type areas of a ship, where the shopping is, where a lot of the restaurants are, the reason that they do that is because, again, not everybody wants to be looking at the open water. But they also want your undivided attention in some of those areas. So when you're walking through the shopping district, they want you focused on that. And so a lot of those areas, there's going to be tables and chairs and places to sit and hang out. And a lot of the like bars and lounges will have live music and things like that, to where it feels like you're going to any neighborhood pub or to any neighborhood bar. Again, you would really not have any idea that you're out on the water. There's just so much to do activity-wise as well. And of course, there are the things that are water facing or whatever. But some of the activities, I mean, like when I did the iFly experience on Quantum of the Seas, which is like the simulated skydiving, I wasn't even thinking about like what was happening on the water because I was so focused on what I was doing. Same with like when you're on the water slides or in the pools, or if you're using the flow rider, or if you're climbing on the rock wall, things like that. There's really no reason for you to even think about or know that you're out on the water. These are just like activities that have your full attention and your full focus. The pools are always built on a ship, like most of them. I'm going to say most because some of the bigger ships that are coming out with Royal Caribbean have pools that are designed to where you can look out over the water. But a lot of the pools will be designed to where they're in the center of a ship. And it's, again, like once you get into the pool, you can't even see the water from there. Same with some of the hot tubs. They're designed to where you're inward facing and you really wouldn't know that you're out on the water, and you can't see it from there either. So there's plenty of options for things like that. As far as entertainment, most cruise ships have like nightly shows, and all of those are going to be internal except for like Aqua Theater on Royal Caribbean. But again, the way the seats are facing, you're looking at the performance and you're not looking at the water. You can't even really see the water. So most of those shows, performances, they're all going to be like you were inside a theater, and you really wouldn't have any idea that you're out on the open water. The other big thing is motion of the ship. And I've done an entire video on this, which I'm going to put in the description as well, so that you can see that. As far as like if you get motion sickness, like should you still cruise, or where should your stateroom be, and where should you hang out, and things like that. So go check that out. But overall motion of the ship, yes, there will be times when you feel it and it reminds you that you are out on the water. So there are a couple things that you can do to combat that. Stay low in the ship. The lower you are, the closer you are to the stabilizers, which means you're not going to feel the rocking or the motion as much. And so again, if that's something that you think would bother you or kind of get you back into that, oh crap, we really are out on the open water, just stay low in the ship. That's why, again, you'll see restaurants and things like that, the theater, all of that are located on lower decks of the ship because they want them close to the stabilizers. They want you, if you're going to be sitting there eating dinner, they don't want you doing this. And so they put those things lower. So hang out on lower decks of the ship. Again, if you're feeling the motion, get to the middle of the ship. So I would find like those promenade areas that have like the bars and lounges, the shopping area. Get into the center of those and stay lower on the ship. And sometimes you won't even notice that you're moving at all. Interior rooms can be helpful with that as well. If you have an interior stateroom, you're not seeing it, and so you may not be as susceptible to the motion or whatever. And a lot of times, again, the interior rooms are lower. To me, like when I felt motion in an interior room, it was literally like I was being rocked to sleep. Like it was awesome, and it helped me sleep really well and sleep hard in an interior room. But again, those are just all suggestions. So check out that other video as well, as far as how to avoid feeling that motion on a ship, so that that doesn't bother you or leads you to think or overthink about being out on the water. But there are, again, so many activities on a ship that you may not even notice unless you make yourself notice. Inevitably, sure, you're going to walk by something where you can see the water, but don't look at the wake. Don't look at how the fast or slow the ship is going, and that will really help. And it's just going to look to you like the ocean. Ships are built to float. They, they're made to carry people from one place to another, carry cargo from one place to another. Sure, things happen, but it's rare these days. And they put a lot of time and money into designing these ships in a way that every type of person can enjoy a cruise. Again, if you haven't tried it before, try a short cruise. You don't have to go on a 7-night, 14-night cruise. Try a 3-night. See how you do on a weekend cruise. A lot of cruise lines are getting into that now because people are being more conservative with how they spend their time off. So take a 3-day weekend and see how you do on a cruise ship. See what you notice. See if you can keep yourself in kind of an interior thing, or like in the pools to where you don't really notice the ocean and aren't intimidated by it, that kind of thing. So try that and see how that works for you, and see if it's something that you think you can handle. You can actually find some of the 3-night cruises pretty cheap, especially if you go during not necessarily peak right in the middle of the summer times. You can find them pretty inexpensive. So talk to your travel agent, talk to me. That's what I do. I'm happy to help you find things like that and give it a whirl. See what you think about it, and see if you think that that is something that you can handle. But again, I strongly encourage you. Cruises are one of the most like value-filled, affordable ways to vacation because everything's included. Yes, you can buy extras if you want, but it's like so much value for the money. You get to see so many different places, and if you stop in multiple ports, you only unpack the one time because your hotel room floats with you. So it's just such an affordable, easy way to travel and to see all different kinds of cool places, to visit cities that you may not have even thought about going to otherwise. I think it's a very affordable way to travel. I love it. You get unlimited food, like in pizza till 3 a.m., things like that. Like it's got a lot of good perks to it. So I strongly suggest, before you just write it off completely, give it a try. Try a small cruise, a short cruise, see how you do. And again, like focus on the things that are interior and the things that you can do without having to look at the ocean or being out on the water, that kind of stuff. When you get to port, get off the ship. That's a great way to help like reset your mind that you are on solid ground. Get off the ship and go check out the port that you're in, walk around and, let yourself see these things and smell the fresh air and hear the sounds and smell the smells, all those things, so that hey, I'm on land, I'm okay. And, get off the ship, walk around and kind of get that out of your system. And then when you're ready to board again, go back to the interiors. Again, a lot of these ships are designed with neighborhoods in them. I've sailed on both Royal Caribbean ships and Virgin Voyages ships where it literally felt like I was in a walking city, or a floating city, sorry. All the different neighborhoods that you could go to, it was awesome. Like, yes, I like being out on the water, don't get me wrong. But I also love the fact that I can go to a cruise ship and feel like I'm in Central Park, or feel like I'm in this downtown boho, part of New York on a cruise ship, because it's just such a cool feeling of feeling like I'm in a different neighborhood and getting to check these, other bars and restaurants and stuff out. It's just really cool. And so there's so many things that are being offered nowadays that you can check out and really enjoy. The food on most cruise lines is continuing to go up in quality. Rooms and beds we're still working on in some of the cruise ships and some of the cruise lines, working on getting those like more comfortable and things like that. But man, overall, cruise ships have so much to offer and such a great way to vacation and see different ports of call and cities and experiences that you probably wouldn't have otherwise, or are much easier to have on a cruise ship than trying to do it on your own, flying out there, getting hotels, all that stuff. So I'm happy to talk to you more about this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you are a person who has a fear of the ocean, would you consider cruising? Would you try like a short cruise to see how you do? If you have a fear of that and you've taken a cruise, tell us how it went for you. How did things go? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What was your experience? Things like that. Offer some tips and tricks for other people who maybe are afraid to cruise and haven't tried it yet. Let us know your experiences in the comments. I love talking to people in the comments. So let me know what your experience has been and what your advice is as well. And like I said, I am a travel agent. I love to cruise. My thing is I'm all about finding the cruise ship destinations, cruise line that's right for you. Every cruise line has a little bit different niche. And so let's find the one that fits you best. Let's find the itinerary that fits you best. And again, if you want to try a shorter cruise, let's find one that's good for you, for your schedule, your budget, a port that's close to you, things like that. So it's a great way to try it out, but that's what a travel agent is for. And that's what we want to help you do, is pick the best cruise line, the best ship, the best itinerary, all of those things to fit what you're looking for and what would make it a perfect vacation for you. So if you want to talk to me about that, I'm happy to. Again, I'll put my email address and my contact page in the description so you can get a hold of me, and let's chat about it and see what's going to be best for you moving forward. Cruise specials are still happening right now. We're still in the middle of what's called wave season, where they're really trying to get you to plan the rest of your vacation for 2026. So this is a great time to look at the many, many deals that are happening right now across all of the cruise lines and see what may fit for you. Maybe you're looking into 2027. They're still, running deals on that as well, because they like to have bookings come in ahead of time. So if you want to look at things a year out, it just gives you more time to pay for it. I think that's a great idea. So let's talk about it and see what works best for you, your budget, and what your needs are. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't yet, please. I'm in a growth spurt right now and really trying to get things rolling. So like this video, share it with somebody who needs it. If you know somebody that's kind of teetering on whether they should take a cruise or not, share this video with them as well. And then, of course, make sure you subscribe so that you can see all of my other Unpacked episodes, plus all of my cruise tips and tricks, theme park tips and tricks. I'm a big strategy person. All of that's in my videos as well. And we'll start growing together. And let's go see the world, shall we? All right. Happy adventuring, everybody.